Hey Facebook world, hope you've had a lovely day. It was beautiful here in Eastern Ontario. Today I want to talk about something I hear about tossed around a lot in the dog training world, and that is consent. Waiting for your dog to give you consent before training, before grooming, before anything. And I love the concept, but there's a lot of different meanings on what it means, and some people think it's actually a bad thing. But today I'm going to tell you what I think it means, what I feel it means to me and my dogs. For me, consent is when my dog can calmly focus on me. And calmly means 4 feet on the floor, quiet, and able to look at me without panic or stress. Able to, and then once they give you that, you can start asking for behavior, and that tells you how able to deal with their environment they are. And that's exactly it. Consent tells me my dog is able to handle the environment around them and able to focus and able to work. And wants to work, because I've also trained that. So there's training to come before consent. And this isn't just checking a box. Starting from this calm, controlled position means I am constantly reinforcing calm, controlled behaviors. And behavior that gets reinforced happens more and more often, which is the whole point, right? I just had another message today about someone saying, oh, when my dog's out in public, she can't take food, she can't focus, she can't work for me. So this is how I achieve that. It all starts with a game I created called ODR, Observe, Don't React. It is the foundation of everything. ODR is consent. If my dog can't give me attention, the first step is never begging for attention. I see so many of my clients, the dogs, looking around the room, totally involved in their environment, and they're like, Fido, Fido, Fido. Look at my cookies, Fido. Been there, done that, started out that way. Totally get it, but here's why you don't want to beg for attention. Your attention, working for you, with you, is a huge reward for your dog. So when you beg them for attention, you are, instead of rewarding attention to you, you are rewarding attention to the environment. Your dog is totally distracted and you keep calling them, waving food around, tugging the leash. It just constantly reinforces them for looking away from you, for paying attention to everything else. I always think of it if my husband's watching a hockey game and I come into the room and I nag him. Why didn't you take out the garbage? He's lovely at taking out the garbage. It's not that, but you know what I mean. And I constantly go in and do that. He pays more attention to hockey, not less. And the same thing would happen if he did it to me. That distracted dog is giving you information. They might be overwhelmed. They might be overstimulated, overtired, stressed, or the environment is just too much. If they can't look at you and you have worked on this behavior, that's not them being stubborn. That's them struggling. And that is information you need to have, because you can't work that dog. Sometimes you have to start really small. I've had puppies that I could only work in my smallest bathroom. No distractions, nothing to look at, nowhere to go. Because then you took away their options, and then they're much more likely to go, hey, what's going on? And then you can start working on rewarding behaviors and building that pay attention to me regardless of what's going on. Then from the bathroom, I might have moved to the living room with nobody else in the house, but a whole lot more in the room. You know, some puppies are distracted by the fly on the wall, the carpet, the smells, all that stuff. And you just keep building from there. Attention is a skill, and you have to train it and you have to teach it. And like I was saying earlier, I hear this from my clients all the time. Oh, my dog can't function outside. And then maybe my dog can't function when they see another dog. But what if the dog's 100 feet, 200 feet, 300 feet away? I've done this with enough dogs that I know eventually your dog can see that dog and function. But it might be really far away. Somebody's going to bark. I hear rumbling. What's going on? I don't know. Noises outside. Find the distance or version of the trigger where your dog can take food. And then start from there. ODR, the first thing I reinforce is the ability to take food while looking at the distraction, usually holding their collar. Because if they can't eat, that tells you the brain is not all there, which means their ability to learn is highly compromised, and pushing harder just leads to frustration for you and your dog. So when I talk about consent, I'm talking about a dog who can calmly choose to connect with you, a dog that is capable and emotionally and mentally of working in the environment you've put them in. If they can't, that's not a training failure. It's not a bad thing. It's just information. And good training is good training is built on information. Thank you for joining me today. And obviously I should stop talking now. Thank you for joining me today. And if you have questions about ODR, attention, or building a calm dog, drop them in the comments below. Have a great day and give your dogs a lovely cuddle for me. And we'll talk to you again probably tomorrow. Bye.